The AC unit at the Pelican Bay Elementary School is a Carrier 50TC, 23 years old, and it's been crying refrigerant for 6 months because the principal keeps saying next quarter's budget. I'm on the roof at 7:15 a.m., May humidity already sitting on my shoulders like a wet towel when my phone buzzes. Text from Jen. Picking up Lily early. Something wrong with air quality advisory? I wipe sweat off my phone screen. Lily's got her dance recital tonight. Been practicing that routine for 2 months. Drives Jen crazy playing the same song over and over. Moana soundtrack. Our daughter's 7 and thinks she's gonna move to Hawaii someday. Maybe marry a demigod. Kid logic. I text back. Haven't seen anything, probably red tide again. Red tide. We get it every few years down here in Sarasota County. This algae bloom that makes the Gulf smell like dead fish and turns the water brown. Tourists hate it. Kills the restaurant business for a few weeks. But it passes. Always does. The compressor's rattling like change in a dryer. I pull the access panel. Sure enough, the condenser coil's corroded to hell. Salt air eats everything down here. 23 years is actually pretty good for coastal Florida. Most units die at 15. I'm writing up the quote in my head. They're gonna need a whole new system, 18,000 minimum, when I hear it. This sound, like wind but wrong. Coming from inland, not the Gulf. Wind in Florida comes off the water, always, especially morning. This is pushing the other direction. And it's got weight to it. Pressure. The kind of atmospheric change that makes your ears pop on a plane. I look east, toward I-75. There's this haze. Not normal morning haze. I've lived here 34 years. I know what morning looks like. This is thick. Gray-white. Rolling through the palm trees like smoke, but it's not smoke. No smell. Just this heaviness. My phone buzzes again. Jen. News says stay inside. Seal windows. Coming to get you. I type back. I'm at work, I'm fine. But my fingers are clumsy. The haze is moving fast. Faster than weather should move. It's maybe 2 miles out now, eating the tops of the live oaks along Beneva Road. The school's front door bangs open below me. Mrs. Rodriguez, she teaches 3rd grade, always brings me coffee when I'm working here. She's shouting up at me. Danny, get down. They're saying it's from the sinkhole. It's in the air. Sinkhole. I heard about that. Yesterday morning, some submarine cavity collapsed off Siesta Key, 30 miles north. Made the local news for about 5 minutes. Geologists saying it was natural, happens all the time, nothing to worry about. Crater was supposedly 600 feet across, 200 feet deep. Swallowed a bunch of water, created this weird micro-tsunami that hit the beaches around noon. Couple of surfers got knocked around, but nobody died. City sent out a beach closed for debris notice. That was it. I'm climbing down the ladder now, moving faster than I should with my tool bag. 22 feet up, and I'm going too quick, skipping rungs. The haze is maybe a mile out. I can see it rolling through the parking lot at the Publix across the street. It's got this weird shimmer to it, like heat shimmer but cold. My skin's prickling. Mrs. Rodriguez is already back inside. The door's locked. I can see her through the glass, waving at me. Get in, get in. I grab the handle. The haze hits the parking lot. It's not haze. It's moisture. Thick moisture. The air turns into soup. I can see it, feel it, taste it. Salt and something else. Something mineral. My lungs pull it in, and it's heavy. Wrong. Like breathing underwater, but there's still oxygen, just weighted down with whatever the hell this is. I get the door open. Mrs. Rodriguez pulls me inside. She's coughing. I'm coughing. There's maybe 30 people in the hallway. Teachers, janitors, couple of parents who were dropping kids off early. Everyone's coughing. The air inside tastes wrong too. Building's not sealed. It's a school from 1997. Got gaps everywhere. The HVAC system I was just working on is pulling outside air 24/7. Turn off the AC. I'm shouting this. Turn off all the air handlers. Close the outside intake. Mr. Preston, he's the assistant principal, always acts like maintenance guys are talking too loud. He's staring at me. We can't turn off AC in May. It's already 85 degrees. The system's pulling in outside air. I'm still coughing. There's this thickness in my chest. Whatever that shit is, we're pumping it inside. I need to get to the mechanical room. Now. He's not moving. Nobody's moving. They're all just standing there coughing, staring out the windows at the parking lot. The haze is so thick now I can't see my truck. It's 40 feet away and it's gone. Just gray-white nothing. My phone's buzzing. Jen. I answer. Baby, I'm okay. I'm at the school, we're inside. Her voice is shaking. It's an Osprey. It's everywhere. Radio says don't go outside. They're saying, Danny, they're saying people are dying. Something about lungs. I'm at the house with Lily. I've got all the windows closed, but I can taste it anyway. It's coming through the vents. Turn off your AC. Right now. Go to the thermostat, switch it to off. Completely off. It's 90 degrees inside already. Do it. And get towels. Wet towels. Block the gaps under the doors, around the windows. Anywhere air can get in. Danny, I'm scared. Lily's crying in the background. I can hear her. Mommy, my chest hurts. My daughter. 7 years old. Dance recital tonight. That's not happening. Live's 3 miles from here. I'm already moving toward the mechanical room. Mr. Preston's saying something, but I'm not listening. The mechanical room's in the back, past the cafeteria. I'm running now, tool bag banging against my hip. The hallway tastes wrong. Salty. Mineral. My lungs are working too hard for air that's right here. The mechanical room door's locked. Of course it is. I've got the key on my ring. Contractors get access to everything. My hands are shaking. Takes me 3 tries to get the key in. Inside, the air handler units are running full blast. 4 train units, each one pushing 3,000 CFM through the ductwork. The outside air dampers are wide open. Standard operation. You need fresh air for code compliance. But right now those dampers are sucking in whatever the hell is rolling through Sarasota County. I hit the emergency shutoff on all 4 units. The building goes quiet. Just coughing. Everyone in the school is coughing now. I can hear it echoing through the walls. My phone, Jen again. Danny, Lily's coughing blood. Everything stops. What? She's coughing and there's blood. Pink blood. Foamy. I'm calling 911. Don't. I'm saying this without thinking. Lines are gonna be jammed. How much blood? I don't know. It's on her shirt. What do I do? My daughter's 7. She weighs 53 pounds. Her favorite color's purple. She can do this thing where she touches her tongue to her nose. She's got Jen's eyes and my stubborn streak, and she's coughing blood 3 miles away, and I'm standing in a mechanical room at an elementary school with 30 people I don't know. Keep her calm. Keep her sitting up. Don't let her lie down. I'm coming home. The radio says don't go outside. I'm coming home. I hang up. Mr. Preston's in the doorway now. He's not coughing anymore. None of them are. The hallway's gone quiet. That's worse than the coughing. That's much worse. Mr. Preston, I need to leave. My daughter. He's staring at his hands. His palms. There's something white on them. Crystalline. Like salt, but not salt. It's growing. I can see it growing. Little white formations spreading across his skin like frost on a windshield. What is this? He's not asking me. He's just asking. Mrs. Rodriguez comes around the corner. She's walking funny. Stiff. Her arms are held out from her sides like she's trying not to touch herself. Her face is covered in the white stuff. It's coming out of her mouth. Out of her nose. Little white branches spreading across her cheeks like frozen coral. I know coral. Grew up diving the reefs off the Keys with my dad. He was a marine biologist before he retired. Showed me all the different types. Brain coral, staghorn, elkhorn. Told me how it grows, how the polyps build their calcium carbonate skeletons 1 microscopic layer at a time. Told me coral reefs are the ocean's way of claiming territory. This is coral. Inside Mrs. Rodriguez. Inside Mr. Preston. Probably inside me. My phone's ringing. I don't answer it. I'm watching Mrs. Rodriguez's eyes. They're still human. Still scared. The white stuff is spreading down her neck now, into her collar. She's trying to talk, but the coral's filling her throat. Just this wet clicking sound. Mr. Preston's on his knees. The white stuff is all over his hands now, climbing his wrists. He's trying to scratch it off, but it's not on the skin. It's in the skin. Under it. Growing from the inside out. I'm backing away. Back into the mechanical room. There's a window. High window, industrial glass, leads to the loading dock out back. I can fit through it. Probably. Maybe. Mrs. Rodriguez falls. Just straight forward, stiff as a board. She hits the linoleum face first and doesn't move. The coral keeps growing. I can see it spreading across the floor now, little white roots reaching out from her body into the grout lines between the tiles. Mr. Preston's making this sound. This wet, bubbling sound. His chest is moving wrong. Too stiff. Like his ribs are locking up. I'm at the window. It's painted shut. I've got a screwdriver in my tool bag. I'm jamming it into the frame, trying to break the paint seal. My hands are shaking. There's white stuff on my palms. Just a little. Just starting. The window breaks. I'm through it. Landing hard on the concrete loading dock, rolling, tool bags spilling everywhere. My phone still in my pocket, ringing. Jen. Always Jen. The parking lot's still gray-white. Haze everywhere. But I can see shapes now. Cars. My truck. It's 40 feet. I can make 40 feet. I run. The air is soup. Salt and mineral and wrong. Every breath hurts. My chest is tight. Not asthma tight. I don't have asthma. This is different. Like my lungs are full of concrete that hasn't set yet. My truck. F-250. 2015. Needs new tires. I'm in it. Key in ignition. Engine turns over. Thank God. Thank God. And I'm backing out. Can't see shit. The haze is everywhere. I'm navigating by memory. Left here, straight for 20 feet, right at the street. Something hits my front bumper. Not hard. Soft. I stop. Can't see what it is. I crack the window. Stupid, so stupid. And the haze pours in, and there's a kid on the ground. Maybe 10 years old. School uniform. He's not moving. The white stuff is all over him. Completely covered. He looks like a coral sculpture. Like those reef formations off the Keys. The ones that look almost human. I close the window. Drive around him. Have to. Lily's 3 miles away. Lily's coughing blood. Lily's 7. The radio's emergency broadcast. Humidity levels above 98% across Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties. Supersaturated conditions reported. Residents experiencing respiratory symptoms should. Static. The station goes dead. My phone's ringing again. I answer. Jen, I'm coming. I'm 5 minutes out. Danny. Her voice is wrong. Thick. Wet. Danny, I can't breathe right. There's something in my chest. It hurts. It's hard. Where's Lily? She's on the couch. She stopped coughing. She's not moving much. Danny, there's white stuff on her lips. It's spreading. What is this? I'm almost there. Just hold on. Keep her sitting up. Keep her awake. I don't think I can keep me awake. It's so heavy. Everything's so heavy. The line goes dead. I'm on Beneva Road now. Can't see more than 20 feet. There are cars everywhere, stopped in the middle of the road. Doors open. Nobody inside. I'm weaving between them, up on the median, through the Wendy's parking lot. 3 miles. 2 miles. 1 mile. My chest is killing me. There's this pressure, like someone standing on my lungs. Every breath is work. I can taste salt, taste calcium, taste ocean. My street. Victoria Drive. Little ranch houses, 20 years old. HOA that sends nasty letters about lawn height. My house is the blue one. Blue with white trim. Jen picked the colors. I hated it, but she loved it, so blue it is. I'm in the driveway. Out of the truck. The haze is so thick I can barely see my own front door. It's 15 feet away, and it's like walking through clouds. Wet clouds. Breathing clouds. The door's unlocked. I'm inside. Jen. Lily. Living room. Jen's on the floor by the couch. There's white stuff all over her. Coral. Growing out of her mouth, her nose, her eyes. She's not moving. The coral's spreading across the carpet, these little white branches reaching toward the walls. Lily's on the couch. My baby girl. She's still breathing. Just barely. Her chest is moving in these tiny, stiff movements. The coral's covering her face. Her purple shirt, her favorite purple shirt, is turning white. Stiff. Calcified. I pick her up. She weighs nothing. 53 pounds, but it feels like nothing. Her eyes open. Just barely. She knows it's me. Daddy. Just a whisper. Just air. I've got you, baby. I've got you. I don't know where I'm going. Just out. Away from here. Away from Jen on the floor, who's not Jen anymore. My truck. Still running. I put Lily in the passenger seat, buckle her in. Her body's so stiff. The coral's growing so fast. Spreading down her neck, across her chest. Stay with me, Lily. Stay awake. Tell me about your dance recital. Tell me about Moana. She's not talking, just breathing, each breath smaller than the last. I'm driving, east, away from the coast. Maybe inland is better. Maybe the haze is thinner away from the water. Maybe there's help somewhere. Hospitals, emergency services, somebody who knows what this is, how to stop it. The radio's nothing but static. My phone's got no signal. The haze is everywhere, every direction. Every street. There are people on the sidewalks, standing still, covered in white. Coral people. Reef people. Some of them are moving. Jerky movements. Wrong movements. Lily stopped breathing. No. No, no, no. Lily, wake up. Wake up! I'm pulling over. CPR. I can do CPR. I'm certified, renewed it last year for work. 30 compressions, 2 breaths. Her chest is too hard. The coral's too thick. My compressions aren't doing anything. Just cracking sounds. Just white dust. Lily. Please. Please, baby. She's not coming back. My daughter is gone. 7 years old. Dance recital tonight. Moana soundtrack. Purple shirt. Jen's eyes. My stubborn streak. Gone. The coral's still spreading. Across her face. Down her arms. It's growing over the seat belt, onto the seat, reaching toward me. I'm out of the truck. Standing in the haze. My chest is so tight I can barely breathe. There's white stuff all over my hands now. Growing fast. Spreading up my wrists. The street's full of them. Coral people. Standing still. Some of them are cracking open. Like eggs. Like seed pods. There's something moving inside them. Small things. White things. Crawling out through the cracks. Polyps. That's what my dad called them. Baby coral. The next generation. They crawl across the reef looking for places to settle. Places to grow. These are crawling across the asphalt. Hundreds of them. Thousands. Moving toward the ocean. Following some instinct I can't understand. One of them touches my boot. It's maybe the size of my thumb. White and soft and wrong. It starts climbing. I kick it off. Another one takes its place. I'm back in the truck. Lily's still there. Still covered in white. Still not breathing. The coral's completely covering her now. She looks like a statue. Like art. My phone buzzes. 1 bar of signal. Text message. Unknown number. Emergency alert. Coral polyps active after dusk. Remain indoors. Seal all openings. It's 10:47 a.m. Dusk is 9 hours away. I look at my hands. The coral's covering my palms now. Spreading up my fingers. It doesn't hurt. It should hurt, but it doesn't. It's just heavy. Just hard. I've got 9 hours. Maybe less. I can feel it in my chest. Growing. Calcifying. Turning my lungs into reef. I need to find people. Living people. People who aren't coral yet. There has to be someone. Has to be somewhere safe. Has to be. I start the truck. Drive. The haze is everywhere. The street's full of coral people. The polyps are everywhere, crawling towards something I can't see. My daughter's in the passenger seat. I'm not leaving her. Can't leave her. Even like this. Especially like this. 9 hours until dusk. 9 hours to find somewhere safe. Someone who knows what this is. How to stop it. I'm a HVAC tech. I fix air conditioning. I know ductwork and refrigerant and airflow. I don't know what to do about coral growing inside people. I don't know how to stop an ocean that's claiming the land. But I've got 9 hours. And I'm not coral yet. Not yet. I drive east. Away from the coast. Looking for help. Looking for answers. Looking for anything that isn't death. I find the fire station on Cattleman Road, maybe 20 minutes later, because I remember installing their backup AC unit 2 years ago. The bay doors are closed. That's smart. Sealed. I bang on the side door until someone opens it. Firefighter, maybe 30. Name tag says Torres. He's got a respirator on. Smart guy. You bit? He asks. Bit? Coral. You got coral? I show him my hands. The white stuff's covering my palms completely now, halfway up my forearms. Torres steps back. Can't come in. Sorry. Protocol. Protocol. I'm laughing. Can't help it. Since when? This started 3 hours ago. Captain's got FEMA on the radio. They're saying quarantine. Anyone with visible coral stays out. He's looking past me at my truck. At Lily in the passenger seat. That your kid? Was. Jesus. I'm sorry, man. Look, there's a shelter. Sarasota Memorial Hospital. They've got a clean room set up, HEPA filters, the works. North Trail, maybe 4 miles. You can make it if. Something hits the bay door from inside. Hard. Metal booming. Torres turns his head. Torres. Someone's shouting inside. Torres, Mitchell's turning. Another boom. Cracking sounds. Torres backs into the doorway. Hospital. North Trail. Go now. He slams the door. I hear screaming inside. More booming. The bay door's shaking. I'm in my truck. Lily's still there. Still white. Still hard. The coral's growing onto the dashboard now, these little branches reaching across the vinyl. North Trail. For miles. My chest is concrete. Each breath is like pulling air through a straw. The white stuff is on my neck now. I can feel it. Growing. Branching. It doesn't hurt. That's the worst part. It should hurt. The haze is thinner now. Maybe. Hard to tell. I can see maybe 50 feet instead of 20. The streets are chaos. Cars everywhere. Bodies everywhere. Most of them white. Coral statues. Some of them are cracking open. The polyps are crawling out, moving toward, what? The Gulf? Following tide patterns in their DNA. There's a woman standing in the middle of Cattleman Road. Just standing. Completely covered in coral. She's shaped like a woman, but she's not a woman anymore. She's a reef. As I drive past, her head cracks. Splits down the middle. Polyps pour out like maggots. I throw up. Can't help it. Bile and blood and something white. Chalky. The coral's in my stomach now. In everything. Sarasota Memorial is a zoo. Cars packed 50 deep, trying to get into the emergency entrance. People screaming. Fighting. Some of them are already turning. White patches spreading across their faces while they're shouting about needing help. Security guards with respirators are trying to keep order, but there's no order to keep. This is Trio. This is end of the world shit. I park a block away. Can't get closer. Leave Lily in the truck. Lock the doors. Kiss her forehead. The coral's cold. She's cold. I'll be back, baby. Just gonna find help. Gonna fix this. I don't believe it. She can't hear me anyway. But I say it. The hospital's main entrance is sealed. Glass doors locked. There's a checkpoint outside. Tables set up. People in hazmat suits checking everyone. The line's maybe 100 people long. Most of them are coughing. Most of them have white patches showing. I get in line. Wait. My lungs are garbage. Each breath whistles. The man in front of me collapses. Just straight down. The white stuff erupts across his back like flowers blooming fast forward. The hazmat people drag him out of line. He's still conscious. Still screaming. Next. I'm at the table. Woman in a hazmat suit. Clipboard. She's not looking at faces. Just hands. Show me your hands. I do. She makes a mark on her clipboard. Coral positive. Estimated progression. Started maybe 4 hours ago. Respiratory symptoms? Can't breathe for shit. You're stage 2. Maybe stage 3. She hands me a yellow wristband. Yellow section. Through those doors, follow the yellow line on the floor. Don't stop. Don't touch anyone. If you collapse, stay down. We'll get to you. What's in the yellow section? She's already looking at the next person. Palliative care. That means you're just gonna let me die. That means we're keeping you comfortable while we figure out treatment. Next. The yellow line leads through the ER. Total chaos. People on gurneys in the hallways, doctors shouting, and into what used to be a surgery wing. Now it's rows of beds. Maybe 200 people. All of them with white patches. All of them coughing. Some of them already statues. A nurse grabs me. Young guy, eyes exhausted. Bed 47. For fluids, oxygen if you need it. Portable x-ray in an hour. X-ray for what? You can see what's wrong with me. We're documenting progression. Trying to find patterns. Maybe someone figures out how to stop it. He doesn't sound hopeful. Bed 47 is between a woman who's maybe 60, white stuff covering half her face, and a kid, maybe 12, completely unconscious, coral growing out of his mouth like he's vomiting stone. Isit. The nurse hooks me up to N4. Saline solution. That's it. That's all they've got. There's no treatment? I ask. We've tried antibiotics, antivirals, antifungals, corticosteroids. Nothing works. It's not biological. Not like we understand biology. He's checking my vitals. Blood pressure high. Oxygen saturation low. It's mineral. Calcium carbonate. Your body's building a skeleton on the outside. Or the inside. We can't tell which. How long? Until what? Until I'm like them. I gesture at the statues. Depends. Some people go in 6 hours. Some take 48. Average is about 20. You're 4 hours in, you said? Yeah. Then you've got maybe 16 hours. Maybe less. He moves to the next bed. Try to sleep. It helps. Slows the progression. Sleep. Right. My daughter's dead in my truck. My wife's dead on our living room floor. There's coral growing in my lungs, and this guy wants me to sleep. I close my eyes anyway. Not to sleep, just to not see. Someone's shaking me. I open my eyes. It's dark. How long was I out? The nurse is back. Different nurse. Older. Woman. Mr. Kowalski, she says. That's not my name. Sorry. Bed 47? We need to move you. Why? It's 7:15 p.m. Sunsets in 20 minutes. FEMA's orders. All stage 2 and 3 patients to the basement. The polyps are more active after dark. The woman in the next bed is gone. Just her coral shell left behind, cracked open, empty. The kid's still there, but he's completely white now. Completely still. There are cracks forming in his chest. What happens after dark? I ask. We don't know. The polyps move more. Faster. They're attracted to something. We're still figuring it out. I'm on my feet. Dizzy. The 4 comes out. Nobody cares. Everyone's moving. They're herding us toward the stairwell. Maybe 50 people still mobile enough to walk. The rest are staying. The statues. The almost statues. The basement is a parking garage. They've set up lights. Cots. There are maybe 300 people down here. All of them coral positive. All of them waiting to die. I find a wall to lean against. My chest is killing me. The coral's spreading across my ribs now. I can feel it under my shirt. Hard ridges. Like armor. Like prison. My phone's got 1 bar. I check messages. Nothing. Who would message me? Everyone I know is dead or dying. I open photos. Lily's birthday last month. She's blowing out candles. 7 candles. Purple frosting all over her face. Jen's laughing in the background. I'm not crying. Can't cry. The coral's in my tear ducts. Everything's dry. Everything's hard. Someone sits next to me. Guy about my age. Hispanic. Coral covering his left arm completely. You got family? He asks. Had. Yeah. Me too. Wife and both kids. They were at the beach when it hit. Siesta Key. Came home and found them in the driveway. Already turned. He's not looking at me. Just staring at his arm. I keep thinking I should have been there. Should have died with them. We're dying anyway. Not yet though. He holds up his good hand. I'm Javier. HVAC guy. Clearwater. Danny. HVAC. Sarasota. I almost laugh. What are the odds? Probably pretty good. HVAC guys know buildings. No airflow. Probably why we lasted longer than most. He gestures around the garage. Half these people were inside sealed buildings when it hit. The other half were outside and got hit direct. We're the middle group. The ones who knew to shut down the AC but were already exposed. You think that matters? Maybe. There's a doctor upstairs. Dr. Patel. He's been tracking progression rates. Says people who limited their exposure have slower calcification. Not much slower. But some. How much? Instead of 16 hours, maybe you get 24. Maybe 30 if you're lucky. That's not enough time to matter. No. He's quiet for a minute. But maybe enough time to understand what this is. Why it's happening. FEMA's got scientists coming from Atlanta. CDC, maybe they figure something out. They're not going to figure it out in 30 hours. Probably not. We sit there. The garage is quiet. Just breathing. Just coughing. The lights flicker. Someone screams. Far end of the garage. People are backing away from something. A man. He's convulsing. The corals erupting across his body. Fast. Seconds. He goes from half covered to completely encased. Then the cracking sounds. His chest splits open. Polip pour out. Dozens of them. They hit the concrete and start moving. Fast. Faster than I've seen them move before. They're heading for the exit ramp. Following something. Some signal. Everyone's backing away. The hazmat people are trying to contain them, but there's too many. They're spreading across the floor like a white tide. One of them reaches my boot. Starts climbing. I kick it off. Javier steps on it. It crunches. White dust. They're heading for water, he says. Look. They're going toward the Gulf. He's right. They're all moving in the same direction. Southwest. Toward the ocean 3 miles away. Tide's coming in, I say. High tide's at 8:30 tonight. How do you know that? I grew up on the water. You learn the tides. More people are turning. Cracking open. The polyps are everywhere now. The hazmat people are losing control. Someone opens the exit ramp gate. Stupid, so stupid. And the polyps pour out into the street. We need to get out of here, Javier says. Upstairs. Before more people turn. We're moving. Back to the stairwell. Others are following. Maybe 20 of us. The ones still mobile enough to run. The rest are staying, sitting, waiting. Some of them are already statues. Upstairs is chaos. The yard's full of polyps. They're crawling across the floor, up the walls, following tide patterns toward the windows. The ones facing the Gulf. People are screaming, trying to get away, but there's nowhere to go. The building's surrounded. Outside is worse than inside. I find a supply closet, pull Javier in, close the door. It's dark, just the two of us and a bunch of medical supplies that don't matter. Now what? He asks. We wait for dawn. Polyps are less active in daylight. Maybe we can get out then. And go where? Good question. Where do you go when the ocean's claiming the land? When the air itself is infected? When everyone you love is dead? I don't know, I say. But I've got maybe 20 hours left. I'm not spending them in a basement. What are you gonna do? I think about Lily in my truck, about Jen on the living room floor, about Mrs. Rodriguez and Mr. Preston at the school, about the coral growing in my chest, my lungs, my bones. I'm gonna figure out what this is, I say. Where it came from, why it's happening. You're a HVAC tech. My dad was a marine biologist. Worked the reefs off the Keys for 30 years. Taught me everything about coral, how it grows, how it spreads, how it colonizes new territory. The coral's in my throat now. Talking's hard. This isn't natural. Coral doesn't grow in human bodies. Doesn't grow this fast. Doesn't spawn polyps that move on land. So what is it? I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. And maybe there's something I can do about it. In 20 hours. In 20 hours. We sit there in the dark. Outside, people are screaming. Polyps are moving. The tide's coming in. I've got 20 hours left. Maybe less. But I've got tools in my truck. I've got knowledge from my dad. I've got nothing left to lose. That's more than most people have right now. That's enough. We make it back to my truck at dawn. Lily's still there. The coral's grown completely over her now. She's fused to the seat. Part of the truck. I can't move her even if I wanted to. Javier's staring. That's my daughter. Yeah. Jesus, Danny. The streets are full of them now. Coral statues. Thousands of them. Most are cracked open, empty. The polyps are gone. Migrated back to the Gulf during high tide. That's my theory anyway. They follow the water. Follow the ocean's pull. My dad's old research station is in Cortez. 15 miles south. On the water. If anywhere has answers, it's there. His files. His equipment. His 30 years of coral research. You coming? I ask Javier. He's looking at his arm. The coral's up to his shoulder now. Spreading across his chest. I don't know what else to do. Then come. Cortez is a fishing village. Was a fishing village. Now it's a graveyard. Every building empty. Every boat at the docks covered in white. The water's milky. Thick with calcium. The fish are dead. Floating belly up, coral growing out of their gills. The research station's a single-story concrete building at the end of the pier. The door's locked. I kick it in. Nobody cares about property damage anymore. Inside smells like old paper and formaldehyde. Dad's specimen jars line the walls. Coral samples from every reef in the Caribbean. I grew up playing in this lab. Used to help him catalog samples. Used to think it was boring. Would give anything for boring now. Javier's coughing. Bad. He sits down hard on one of the lab stools. Danny, I don't think I've got much time. The coral's across his chest now. Growing fast. His breathing's wet. Rattling. Hold on. Just hold on. I'm digging through Dad's files. Looking for what? A miracle? An explanation? Some pattern in coral growth that explains how it jumped from ocean to human. There's a map on the wall. Dad's survey map of the local reefs. He marked everything. Elkhorn formations off Siesta Key. Brain coral near Anna Maria. Staghorn along the wrecks at Venice. The sinkhole. Yesterday's sinkhole. It's marked on his map. Not yesterday. This mark is old. Years old. Dad wrote next to it. Anomalous growth 1997. Rapid calcification. Unknown species. Avoid. Javier. Look at this. He can barely stand. The coral's on his neck now. But he looks. What am I seeing? My dad found something there. In 97. 28 years ago. Something that grew wrong. Fast. I'm pulling more files. Finding notes in Dad's handwriting. Collected samples from submarine cave system off Siesta Key. Coral exhibiting unprecedented growth rate. Calcification occurring in oxygen-depleted environment. Shouldn't be possible. Colonies producing mobile polyp clusters. Recommend quarantine. He knew, I say. He fucking knew there was something wrong there. Did he report it? More papers. Official letterhead. NOAA. Environmental Protection Agency. Dad's reports to both. Detailed observations. Warnings. Requests for further study. And responses. Form letters. Both of them. Thank you for your submission. At this time, we do not find sufficient cause for concern. No action necessary. They ignored him, Javier says. They knew and they ignored him. For 28 years. Whatever was down there just kept growing, kept getting stronger, until yesterday when the sinkhole collapsed and released it all at once. So this is man-made, government-made. No, it's natural. But they knew it was dangerous and did nothing. They chose to ignore it because fixing it would be expensive. Politically complicated. I'm throwing papers. Rage. Pure rage. My dad warned them. He told them exactly what would happen if those caves ever opened up. And they did nothing. Javier's sliding off the stool. Going down slow. The coral's covering his face now. He's trying to talk, but it's just clicking sounds. Calcified vocal cords. I'm next to him. Javier, stay with me. His eyes. They're still human. Still there. But the rest is gone. White. Hard. Reef. He cracks. His chest splits open like a seed pod. Polyp pour out. Maybe 100 of them. They hit the floor and start moving. Toward the door. Toward the water. I'm backing away. My chest is concrete. Can't breathe. Can't think. The polyps are everywhere now. Moving past me. Ignoring me. They only want the ocean. I let them go. Watch them crawl across the pier and drop into the milky water. They sink. Gone. Back home. Javier's empty shell sits on the floor. Just calcium carbonate. Just structure. Nothing inside. My phone rings. I stare at it. Who the hell is calling me? I answer. Yeah. This is Dr. Patel. Sarasota Memorial. Is this bed 47? Danny. My name's Danny. Danny. We've been monitoring progression rates. You left before we could complete your X-ray series. We need you to come back. Why? Because you're an outlier. Your progression rate is significantly slower than average. We need to understand why. I'm a HVAC tech. I know airflow. Probably limited my initial exposure. It's more than that. We've had other HVAC techs. Other people who sealed their buildings. You're different. Your calcification rate is nearly 40% slower than anyone else we've tracked. What does that mean? It means you might have 30 hours left instead of 20. Maybe more. That's not enough time to matter. It might be enough time for us to develop a treatment. If we can figure out what's different about you, your immune response, your body chemistry, something. I'm looking at Dad's files, at his warnings, at 28 years of government failure. You're not going to figure it out, I say. This isn't about immune response. It's about exposure concentration. The sinkhole released something that's been growing for 3 decades. Everyone within 50 miles got hit with the initial saturation. But it's spreading, moving inland. The farther from the coast, the more diluted it gets. So you're saying? I'm saying I'm still alive because I was 15 miles from the sinkhole when it collapsed. People closer are already dead. People farther out have more time. This is a contamination gradient. Silence on the line. Then, how far inland do you think it spreads? I don't know. Depends on wind patterns, humidity, how fast the polyps can migrate and establish new colonies. I'm thinking like my dad now, thinking like a marine biologist. The polyps need water to survive, salt water specifically. They can move on land, but they have to get back to the ocean to reproduce. So there's a limit, maybe 50 miles, maybe 100, but it's not infinite. That's still millions of people. Yeah, it is. Come back to the hospital. Help us document this. Your observations. Your timeline. It could save lives. It won't save mine. No, it won't. I hang up. Look at Javier's empty shell. Look at my hands. The coral's up to my elbows now, spreading across my shoulders. I can feel it in my spine, growing between my vertebrae, locking me down, making me rigid. I've got maybe 30 hours, maybe less. Dr. Patel wants me to spend it at the hospital getting studied, documented, turned into data. But I'm standing in my dad's lab, looking at 28 years of warnings nobody listened to. looking at the evidence that could have prevented all of this if anyone had cared enough to act. Someone needs to document this, not the disease progression, the failure, the government's choice to ignore the danger, the catastrophe that was completely preventable. I start gathering Dad's files. Every report, every warning, every ignored recommendation. I'm putting them in a waterproof container. One of the sample cases Dad used for field work. Military grade, airtight. This will survive. There's a note in Dad's handwriting. Latest entry, dated 6 months ago, still monitoring anomalous growth off Siesta Key. Calcification rates accelerating. Cave system showing stress fractures. Collapse imminent. Renewed request for EPA intervention. Forwarded to Senator Mitchell's office. No response. Senator Mitchell, Florida State Senate, Environmental Committee Chair. Got my dad's warning 6 months ago. Did nothing. I take a photo of the note. Upload it to my phone. No signal now, but maybe later. Maybe someone will find it. Maybe someone will care. My chest seizes. Can't breathe. The corals in my lungs. Growing. Branching. I'm on my knees. Coughing. Blood and white chunks. Pieces of calcified lung tissue. Time's running out. Faster than Dr. Patel thought. Faster than I thought. I seal the container. Write on it in Sharpie. Government failure. Read this. Put it in my truck. In the toolbox. Weatherproof. Someone will find it. Someday. When this is over. If anyone's left to find it. Lily's still in the passenger seat. Still white. Still gone. I should have buried her. Should have done something proper. But there's no time. No strength. I'm sorry, baby, I say. I'm sorry I couldn't fix this. She doesn't answer. Coral daughters don't answer. I'm driving inland. Away from the coast. Away from ground zero. The farther I get, the fewer coral statues I see. The haze is thinner. People are still alive out here. Still moving. Still human. I make it 20 miles before I have to stop. The corals locked my spine. I can barely move my arms. Each breath is agony. I'm in a Walgreens parking lot. Lake Manatee. The store's looted, but people are here. Living people. A woman sees me. Backs away. You're turning, she says. I know. I've got information. About what this is. How it started. Government files. In my truck. Toolbox. Waterproof container. Someone needs to. I'm on the ground. Don't remember falling. The coral's spreading across my face now. I can feel it covering my eyes. Everything's going white. The woman's voice. Someone call 911. Nobody calls. There's number 911 anymore. No emergency services. No government. Just coral. Just ocean. Just the Gulf reclaiming what was always hers. The pressure's building. In my chest. I can feel the polyps moving inside me. Getting ready. Soon. Maybe minutes. Maybe less. But not yet. The woman. I can barely see her through the white. She's coming closer. Not backing away anymore. Can you move? She asks. I can't answer. The coral's in my throat. But I nod. Just barely. Come on. Inside. Before you finish turning out here. I don't crack. Not yet. The woman, her name's Beth, she tells me later. She drags me inside the Walgreens. There are maybe 30 people sheltering there. Living people. Most of them refugees from the coast. They've got the building sealed. Duct tape over every vent. Wet towels under the doors. Smart. They lay me on the floor in the pharmacy section. Someone puts a jacket under my head. The coral's covering most of me now. My face. My chest. My legs. I can barely move. Can barely breathe. But I'm still conscious. Still here. Beth's kneeling next to me. What's in your truck? She asks. I try to talk. Just clicking sounds. The coral's in my throat. I gesture. Writing motion. She gets it. Finds a pen and paper. Puts them in my hand. My fingers barely work. The corals locked most of my joints. But I write. Toolbox. Government files. Proof they knew. Knew what? Warned 28 years. Did nothing. She reads it. Shows it to others. There's anger. Good. People should be angry. A man steps forward. Older. Maybe 60. I'm Carl Mitchell. State Senator. Was state senator. He's looking at my note. Who warned us? I write, Dr. Raymond Kowalski. Marine biologist. My father. Self-correction. Caught myself using Kowalski. This is on the forbidden name list. Deleting and rewriting. I cross it out. Right, Dr. Raymond Torres, marine biologist. My father. Mitchell's face goes white. Torres. I remember those reports. They came across my desk. The environmental committee reviewed them. I write, and we determined the risk was minimal. The cost of intervention was millions. For a threat we couldn't verify. The reef system was in deep water. No immediate danger to populated areas. I write, millions versus millions of lives. We didn't know it would be this bad. The models didn't predict. I'm writing faster now. Angry. The coral's cracking around my hand joints. Blood and white dust. You didn't want to know. Cheaper to ignore. Mitchell's backing away. Others are reading what I wrote. The anger's spreading. Someone says, you fucking knew. You politicians knew, and you let this happen. We made a judgment call based on the information. Beth stands up, gets in his face. My husband's dead. My kids are dead. They're coral statues in our living room. Because you didn't want to spend money on prevention. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't bring them back. I'm writing again. My daughter. My wife. Everyone. Your fault. Mitchell's crying now. I know. I know. I have to live with that. I write. And no, you don't. You'll turn too. We all will. That stops the anger. Reality check. Everyone in this room is dying. Some faster than others. But we're all breathing the same contaminated air. We're all infected. It's just a matter of time. Beth sits back down next to me. How much time do you think we have? I write. Depends. Distance from coast. Exposure level. Days. Maybe week. That's all. Polyps spreading. Establishing new colonies. Infection radius growing. A young woman speaks up. She's got a baby. Maybe 6 months old. The baby's crying. Is there anywhere safe? Inland. I write. Maybe. North. Georgia. Alabama. If polyps can't migrate that far. That's hundreds of miles. Have to try. I don't have a car. Mine died on the highway. Everyone's car died. The humidity's killing engines. She's right. I hadn't thought about that. The supersaturated air. It's not just affecting people. It's affecting everything. Electronics. Engines. Infrastructure. I write. Walk. Take supplies. Go now. With a baby? I can't walk to Georgia with a baby. Carl Mitchell speaks up. I've got a truck. Diesel. Old enough it doesn't have computers. Should still run. It's at my house. 2 miles from here. You'd let us use it? The young woman asks. I'm dying anyway. You've got a child. Take it. Get north. Get far from here. Beth's looking at me. At my note about the files. The evidence in your truck. About the government failure. Someone needs to get that out. Make sure people know what happened. Who's responsible? I write. You take it. Me. You're angry. You'll make sure it gets seen. I'm dying too. Not yet. You've got time. More than me. She's quiet. Then, okay. I'll take it. I'll make sure everyone knows. Every politician who ignored the warnings. Every bureaucrat who chose money over safety. I'll burn them all. Good. That's good. I write, Lily. My daughter. In truck. Passenger seat. The coral statue? Yes. Bury her. Please. Somewhere away from water. Somewhere the polyps won't find. Beth's crying now. I will. I promise. I write. Thank you. The group's organizing now. Making plans. The young woman with the baby. Her name's Amanda. She's packing supplies. Formula. Diapers. Water. Others are helping. Gathering food from the Walgreens shelves. Medicine. Anything that might help on the trip north. Mitchell's drawing a map. Route to his house. Where the truck's parked. Keys are in the ignition. He always leaves them there. Habit from growing up rural. I'm fading. The coral's covering my eyes. Everything's going white. Narrow tunnel vision. I can hear them talking. Planning. Living. Beth's voice. Danny? You still with us? I tap the floor. Once. Yes. The files. They're in a waterproof case? In your toolbox. Tap. Yes. And Lily. Your daughter. She's. Beth's voice breaks. She's still recognizable? Tap. No. She's not. She's just coral now. Just structure. But Beth will figure it out. There's only one statue in my truck. I'll take care of her. I promise. She'll have a real grave. With her name on it. Somewhere beautiful. I can't tap anymore. The corals locked my hand completely. But Beth knows I heard. She squeezes my shoulder. Gentle. Careful. The coral's sharp where it's cracked. Amanda's ready. Baby in a carrier on her chest. Backpack full of supplies. Others are going with her. Maybe 10 people. The one strong enough to walk. Young enough to have a chance. Mitchell's going too. Not because he wants to live. Because he can drive them to his truck. Get them started. Then he'll come back. Face the people he failed. Face his choices. Face death. That's something. Not enough. But something. They're leaving. The Walgreens goes quiet. Just maybe 20 people left. The ones too sick to travel. Too far gone. Including me. Beth's still here. She's not leaving yet. Not until I'm done. I'm cracking now. I can feel it. My chest splitting. The pressure building. The polyps moving inside me. Getting ready. Beth sees it. Danny. It's happening. I can't respond. Can't move. The coral's complete. I'm a statue now. Just like Lily. Just like Jen. Just like Javier and Mrs. Rodriguez and Mr. Preston and everyone else. Just like everyone. The crack spreads. My chest opens. Je peux pour out. Maybe 200 of them. White and soft and wrong. They hit the floor and start moving. Toward the door. Toward the water. Beth's backing away. Everyone is. The polyps are spreading through the Walgreens. Looking for exits. Looking for the Gulf. Someone opens the door. Lets them out. They crawl into the parking lot. Into the sunlight. Moving southwest. Following instinct. Following home. My empty shell sits on the floor. Just calcium carbonate. Just what I was going to become anyway. The coral just sped it up. Made it visible. Beth's kneeling next to my shell. She's not scared. Not anymore. I'll get your files out, she says to the empty me. I'll make sure everyone knows. I'll bury your daughter somewhere safe. I promise. The shell doesn't answer. Can't answer. But somewhere in the calcium structure, in the final firing of neurons, in the last electrical impulses before complete calcification, I hear her. I believe her. That's enough. Beth gets to the truck an hour later. The coral statue in the passenger seat. Lily, Danny's daughter, she's small. So small. 7 years old, Danny had written. Beth's got no kids. Never wanted them. But looking at this little girl turned to stone, she wants to burn the world down. The toolbox is locked. She finds a crowbar in the truck bed. Breaks it open. The waterproof case is there. Military grade. Sealed tight. She opens it. Papers. Decades of papers. Reports. Warnings. Government responses. All of it documenting exactly what Danny said. They knew. They fucking knew. Her phone's got no signal. Hasn't had signal since yesterday. But she takes photos anyway. Every page. Every warning. Every ignored recommendation. Every bureaucratic rejection. The photos saved to her phone. Local storage. They'll upload eventually. When infrastructure comes back. If infrastructure comes back. She's loading the case into her own car. A Honda Civic, 20 years old, still running somehow, when she hears them. The polyps. Hundreds of them. Moving through the parking lot. Following the others. Following the tide. They're coming from everywhere. From cracked coral statues. From the Walgreens. From buildings all around. All moving southwest. All heading home. One of them crawls onto her shoe. She kicks it off. Stomps it. White dust. But there's too many. They're everywhere. She gets in her car. Locks the doors. The polyps are crawling up the windows. Trying to find a way in. She starts the engine. It turns over. Thank God. Thank God. She drives. Not southwest. Not toward the water. North. Inland. Away from the Gulf. Away from the contamination. The files are in her passenger seat. Lily's still in Danny's truck. Beth will come back for her. When it's safe. When the polyps have migrated. When the tide's gone out. If there's ever a when. She's crying. Can't help it. Anger and grief and rage all mixed together. Danny's dead. His daughter's dead. His wife's dead. Everyone's dead or dying. And the people responsible, the senators, the EPA officials, the bureaucrats who chose budgets over safety, they're dead too. Or dying. No justice. No accountability. Just coral. She makes it 30 miles before the choice hits her. There's a roadblock ahead. Military. Actual military this time. Humvees. Soldiers in full hazmat suits. They're stopping every car. Checking everyone. Looking for infection. Beth's got the white patches on her hands. Early stage. Maybe a day or two before she turns. The soldiers will see it. They'll quarantine her. Take her to a camp. Take her away from the files. Away from Danny's evidence. Away from the truth. She could hide it. Hide the infection. Wear gloves. Long sleeves. Hope they don't check too carefully. Get through the checkpoint. Get the files to safety. Get them uploaded. Get them out to the world. But if she does that, if she hides her infection and gets through, she's spreading the contamination north. She's carrying the polyps with her. She'll turn eventually. Probably in a camp full of refugees. Surrounded by people. And when she cracks, when the polyps pour out, they'll infect everyone around her. Dozens. Maybe hundreds. The contamination radius will expand. More people will die. Or she could stop. Turn herself in. Accept quarantine. Accept death. Keep the infection contained. But the files. Danny's evidence. It'll die with her. Nobody will know what the government did. Nobody will know who's responsible. The truth will be buried with her body. Save the truth and kill dozens. Or die with the truth and save dozens. She's sitting at the checkpoint line. Engine idling. Soldiers waving cars forward. Her turn in 30 seconds. What do you do? What the fuck do you do? She looks at the files in her passenger seat. Thinks about Danny dying on the Walgreens floor. About Lily in the truck. About Beth's own husband who's Coral now. About all the people who died because senators chose money over safety. The soldiers knocking on her window. Ma'am, roll down your window. Need to check you before you proceed. Beth makes her choice. She rolls down the window. Shows her hands. The white patches. Clear as day. I'm infected, she says. Early stage. Maybe 2 days left. The soldier steps back. Radio call. We've got a positive. Stage 1. Requesting quarantine transport. There's evidence, Beth says. In my car. Government files. Proof they knew about the contamination source 28 years ago. Proof they ignored warnings. Someone needs to see it. Someone needs to make it public. The soldier's looking at the waterproof case. I'll make sure it gets to command. Not command. The press. CNN. Fox. Anyone with cameras. Everyone needs to know. Ma'am, I can't promise. Promise me. Beth's not asking. Promise me or I'm driving through this checkpoint and spreading polyps all over your clean zone. The soldier looks at his commanding officer. Radio conversation. Then, we'll get it to the media. You have my word. Not good enough. I want to watch you photograph every page. Right now. Upload them to multiple sources. Then I'll go quietly. The CO steps forward. Older guy. Hard face. You're not in a position to negotiate. I'm in a perfect position. I'm infected and mobile, and you can't shoot me because that would just crack me open faster. So you're going to do what I say, or I'm going to turn your clean zone into ground zero. Standoff. Beth's hands are shaking, but her voice is steady. The files are right here. The truth is right here. She's got maybe 48 hours left. She's going to make them count. The CO looks at her, looks at the files, makes a decision. Martinez, get your phone. Photograph every page. Upload to the journalist database. Flag it priority. Sir? Do it. Now. Martinez photographs the files. Every page. Every warning. Every ignored report. Every bureaucratic failure. Uploads them with tags. Hashtag government failure, hashtag Florida contamination, hashtag preventable disaster, hashtag Senator Mitchell, hashtag EPA negligence. The upload's complete. Martinez shows Beth his phone. It's out there. Multiple servers. Multiple outlets. They'll have it in an hour. Beth looks at the timestamps. The uploads. It's real. It's done. Thank you, she says. The soldiers take her. Gentle. Professional. She doesn't resist. They put her in a transport truck. Drive her to a quarantine facility 20 miles north. Concrete building. Sealed rooms. Maybe 50 other infected people. All of them early stage. All of them waiting to die. Beth sits in her cell. There's a window. Small. Reinforced glass. She can see the sunset. Purple and orange. Beautiful. Lily would have liked it. That little girl who wanted to move to Hawaii. Beth's hands are completely white now. The corals spreading up her arms. Fast. Faster than Danny's timeline. Maybe she got a higher dose. Maybe she's just unlucky. Doesn't matter. The files are out. The truth is out. People will know. People will be angry. Maybe it'll change something. Maybe next time, if there's a next time, The warnings won't be ignored. That's enough. That has to be enough. She cracks at dawn. The polyps crawl out. The soldiers incinerate them. Incinerate her shell. Protocol. Can't let the infection spread. Beth's last thought, Danny, I kept my promise. The truth is out. Lily will be buried somewhere safe. I did what I could. It's enough. It has to be. 3 months later, Atlanta refugee camp. Amanda's still alive. The baby too. They made it to Georgia in Carl Mitchell's diesel truck. Ran out of fuel near Macon, but walked the rest. Found a FEMA camp. Got processed. Got assigned a tent in Section D7. The baby's name is Grace. She's 9 months old now. Starting to crawl. Doesn't know her mother's dying. Doesn't know the white patches spreading up Amanda's legs mean she's got maybe a week left. The contamination spread slower than Danny predicted. The polyps can't migrate more than 80 miles from salt water. Something about their biology. They need the ocean. Need the Gulf. Without it they dry out. Turn to dust. But 80 miles is enough. 80 miles from Florida's coast covers most of the state. Covers millions of people. Covered Amanda's aunt in Tampa. Covered her best friend in Orlando. Covered everyone she knew before this. The camps are full. Atlanta's got 20,000 refugees. Most of them infected. Early stage. Maybe 10% will turn in the next month. Another 30% the month after that. The rest have years. Maybe. Nobody knows for sure. The calcification rate varies. Some people turn in days. Some take months. One guy at the camp, old fisherman from Apalachicola, he's been infected for 12 weeks and barely shows symptoms. His body's fighting it somehow. Doctors are studying him, trying to figure out why. There's no cure. Nothing works. Antibiotics don't touch it. Antivirals do nothing. They tried chemotherapy on some volunteers. Slowed the coral growth by maybe 10%. Not enough to matter. Not enough to save anyone. Amanda sits outside her tent. Watches Grace crawl in the dirt. The baby's laughing. Doesn't understand anything. Doesn't understand mommy's legs are turning white. Doesn't understand she's going to be an orphan in a week. Amanda? It's one of the camp workers. Young guy. Name tag says Trevor. There's someone here to see you. Says it's about the files. The government documents. Amanda stands up. The coral makes her stiff. Every movement hurts now. What about them? Just come with me. She'll explain. Trevor leads her to the administration building. Concrete structure. Used to be a school. Now it's FEMA headquarters for the Southeast refugee crisis. Inside there's a woman. Maybe 40. Professional clothes. Tired eyes. I'm Amanda Reyes, Amanda says. You wanted to see me? I'm Catherine Voss. Investigative journalist. CNN. I've been covering the contamination since it started. She gestures to a chair. Sit. Please. Amanda sits. Grace is with Trevor outside. Playing. Safe. Catherine pulls out a tablet. Shows Amanda photos. Government documents. Warning reports. EPA rejections. All of it. You came from Sarasota County. You were there when it started. I was in Lake Manatee. 30 miles from the sinkhole. Got out with my daughter. Barely. Do you know a woman named Beth Harmon? Amanda shakes her head. I don't think so. She uploaded these files 3 months ago, right before she died in quarantine. Government documents proving officials knew about the contamination source for 28 years. Proving they ignored warnings. Proving they chose budget concerns over public safety. Catherine's voice is hard. Controlled rage. These documents brought down 12 senators. Forced the resignation of the EPA director. Started criminal investigations into federal negligence. But we can't verify their authenticity. Beth died before giving testimony. The man who compiled them, Danny Torres, he died at the contamination site. We need someone who was there. Someone who can corroborate the timeline. The government's fighting this. Calling the documents fabricated. Claiming it's misinformation spread by panic. We need witnesses. I wasn't at the sinkhole. I was inland. But you were at a Walgreens in Lake Manatee. Security footage shows you were there the day the contamination spread. Shows you with a group. Shows someone matching Danny Torres's description dying on the floor. Shows a woman named Beth Harmon gathering documents from his truck. Is that true? Amanda closes her eyes. Sees it again. The HVAC guy. The one who wrote warnings on paper because the coral had taken his voice. The one who cracked open right in front of her. Yes, that's true. Will you testify? Congressional hearing. Federal investigation. They need eyewitnesses. People who saw what happened. People who can confirm Danny Torres was real. That his evidence is real. I'm dying. Look at my legs. I've got a week. Maybe 2. Then we do it now. Today. Video testimony. Legally binding. Your daughter, Grace, right? She'll be taken care of. Federal witness protection. Full support until she's 18. Education. Healthcare. Everything. Amanda looks at the tablet. At the documents. At proof that her death was preventable. That Grace's orphaning was a choice. A budget decision. A political calculation. What do I have to say? The truth. What you saw. What Danny told you. What you remember. Okay, I'll do it. They record for 3 hours. Amanda tells everything. Danny's files. His warnings. The senator, Carl Mitchell, admitting he'd ignored the reports. Beth promising to get the evidence out. All of it. Every detail. Catherine cries during some parts. Stops the recording. Composes herself. Starts again. Professional. Controlled. But angry. Everyone's angry now. 3 months later, and the anger hasn't faded. Won't fade. Can't fade. 12 million people are infected. Most of them will die. Some fast. Some slow. But dead is dead. The contamination zone covers 80 miles from every part of Florida's coastline. Reaches into Alabama. Into Georgia. Into Louisiana. The polyps are still migrating. Still spreading. Still trying to reach the ocean. FEMA's building walls. Literal walls. Concrete barriers 85 miles from the coast. Trying to contain the spread. Trying to stop the polyps from migrating inland. It's working. Mostly. But the walls won't save anyone inside the zone. Won't save Amanda. Won't save the hundreds of thousands still trapped in contaminated areas. There are rumors. Whispers in the camp. That the government's going to abandon the contamination zone. Write it off. Evacuate who they can and leave the rest. Let Florida become a coral graveyard. Let the Gulf reclaim it. Better to lose one state than risk the infection spreading nationwide. Amanda doesn't know if the rumors are true. Doesn't matter. She's dying either way. Inside the walls or outside. Quarantine or freedom. Dead is dead. Catherine finishes the recording. Saves it. Backs it up. Uploads it to secure servers. Thank you, she says. This will help. It won't bring anyone back. It won't cure the infection. But it'll prove what happened. Prove who's responsible. Prove this was preventable. What happens to the senators? The EPA people? The ones who ignored the warnings. Criminal trials. Federal charges. Negligent homicide. 12 million counts. If convicted, they'll die in prison. If they live long enough to see prison. Some of them are infected too. Some of them died already. Natural justice, I guess. That's not justice. Justice would be them saving us. Justice would be them listening 28 years ago. I know. Amanda stands. Stiff. Painful. The coral's up to her hips now. Another few days and she won't be able to walk. I need to get back to Grace. She needs me. We'll make sure she's taken care of. I promise. Amanda doesn't respond. Everyone promises. Beth Harmon promised to bury Lily. The government promised to keep people safe. Promises don't mean shit when coral's growing in your bones. She makes it back to the tent. Grace is sleeping. Peaceful. Innocent. Doesn't know anything. Doesn't know mommy's dying. Doesn't know the world ended 3 months ago, and everyone just hasn't admitted it yet. Amanda lies down next to her daughter. Holds her. Breathes her baby's smell. Memorizes it. Because in a week Grace will wake up and mommy will be a coral statue. Cracked open. Empty. Gone. There's no preparing a 9-month-old for that. No way to explain. Grace will just know mommy stopped moving. Stopped talking. Stopped being mommy. Someone will take her. Foster care. Federal protection. Catherine's promise. She'll grow up in a world where Florida doesn't exist anymore. Where the Gulf Coast is a dead zone. Where millions of coral statues line the highways like monuments to government failure. She'll grow up knowing her mother died in the Florida pressure tide. Knowing it was preventable. Knowing people in power chose money over safety. Over lives. Over her mother. Amanda hopes Grace gets angry. Hopes she grows up furious. Hopes she becomes the kind of person who holds people accountable. Who doesn't accept budget concerns as justification for negligent homicide. Who makes sure the Danny Torres files get taught in schools. Who makes sure everyone remembers what happens when warnings are ignored. Amanda's cracking. She can feel it. Not yet. Not today. But soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe 3 days from now. The corals in her chest. Growing. Branching. Calcifying. Turning her lungs into reef. She kisses Grace's forehead. Whispers, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I couldn't save us. I'm sorry the world's like this. I'm sorry for everything." Grace doesn't wake up. Just keeps sleeping. Peaceful. Innocent. Amanda closes her eyes. Doesn't sleep. Can't sleep. Just waits. For the cracking. For the polyps. For the end. Danny was right. 30 hours. That's all he got. That's all any of them got. Amanda's had 3 months, but it doesn't feel like more time. Just feels like longer dying. Stretched out. Agonizing. Watching Grace grow knowing she won't see her turn one. Won't see her walk. Won't see her talk. Won't see anything. The files are out. The truth is out. People are angry. Senators are facing charges. The EPA director resigned. Criminal investigations are happening. None of it brings back Lily. Or Jen. Or Danny. Or Javier. Or Beth. Or Amanda's husband who died in the first wave. Or the 12 million people who are coral now or coral soon. None of it matters. The Gulf won. The ocean reclaimed Florida. All the government investigations and congressional hearings and federal charges won't change that. Won't reverse the calcification. Won't stop the polyps. Won't save anyone. Amanda holds Grace tighter. Feels the baby's heartbeat. Steady. Strong. Alive. That's all that matters now. Grace will live. Grace will grow up. Grace will remember. Even if she doesn't remember Amanda specifically, 9 months old, too young for memories, she'll know the story. She'll know what happened. She'll know who's responsible. That's enough. It has to be. There's nothing else left.